If you buy a modern German luxury car, you are basically signing up for massive repair bills, electrical glitches, and a permanent spot at your local mechanic shop. They are built to look rich, but engineered to break. But what if you could buy a vehicle with elite VIP luxury, massive V8 performance, and a chassis so bulletproof that it will literally outlive you? Today, we are breaking down 7 high-end, ultra-luxury Lexus models that you can buy used right now that simply never break down. These aren't just reliable daily drivers. These are over-engineered automotive tanks. Let's get into it. If you buy a used German flagship sedan like a BMW 7 Series or a Mercedes S-Class, you are essentially setting your bank account on fire. They are mechanical black holes built with overly complex plastic engine components and electrical systems designed to fail the second the warranty expires. But right next to them on the used market sits a vehicle that costs nearly $100,000 brand new with inflation, packed with executive VIP luxury that will literally outlive you and your kids, the 2010 Lexus LS 460. While the car community ignores it because it looks like a conservative businessman's commuter, smart enthusiasts know this is the ultimate undercover flagship tank. The absolute masterpiece of this car lies under the hood, the 4.6-liter naturally aspirated 1UR FSE V8 engine. This power plant pushes out a massive 380 horsepower and 367 pound-feet of torque completely stock, mated to a silky smooth 8-speed automatic transmission. But Lexus didn't build this V8 just for raw speed. They built it with pure, uncompromising engineering obsession. The engine components are balanced to a microscopic level. It uses a dual fuel injection system and a bulletproof timing chain setup that simply does not quit. There are no fragile turbos to blow up, no cheap plastic coolant lines hidden deep in the engine block, and no overstressed components. It is an engine designed to sit at highway speeds for hundreds of thousands of miles without a single hiccup. Step inside the cabin of an LS 460, and you are stepping into a rolling sensory deprivation chamber. Lexus spent millions of dollars on acoustic engineering just to make this car dead silent inside. You get ultra-premium leather, heated and ventilated seats, soft closed doors that pull themselves shut, and a sound system that rivals high-end home theaters. Every single switch, motor, and button inside this interior was built using Toyota's highest tier of quality control. While a 10-year-old Mercedes interior will look worn out and have half of its dashboard lights blinking like a Christmas tree, the Lexus LS 460 retains its flagship status perfectly. Everything still works, everything feels solid, and it rides down the highway like a cloud. The Lexus LS 460 is the definition of a used market cheat code. You get flagship executive presence, smooth V8 power, and a level of reliability that makes mechanics furious because you will never need to visit their shop. It is an indestructible masterpiece. But if an executive flagship sedan is a bit too large for your garage, and you want something sharper, lighter, and built to carve up corners with that exact same bulletproof engineering, you need to look at our next car. Let's move on to the Lexus GS 350. Moving on to car number 2 on our list of indestructible luxury goldmines, the 2013 Lexus GS 350. When most car enthusiasts decide they want a sharp, mid-sized premium sports sedan with rear-wheel drive dynamics, they fall straight into the European trap. They go buy a used BMW 535i or an Audi A6. And for the first 6 months, they love it. Until the water pump explodes, the oil filter housing leaks all over the alternator, and the turbo seals blow out, landing them a $4,000 repair bill. If you want that exact same executive sport presence, aggressive handling, and sharp styling without the constant financial anxiety, this generation of the Lexus GS is the ultimate cheat code. It is built to directly fight the best sports sedans in the world, except it was engineered by Toyota's elite master technicians. Under the hood sits the absolute crown jewel of daily driver dependability, the 3.5-liter naturally aspirated 2GR FSE V6 engine. This legendary power plant pumps out a perfectly punchy 306 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque completely stock. Combined with a lightning-quick automatic transmission featuring steering wheel paddle shifters, it rockets from 0 to 60 in just under 5.7 seconds. But what makes this specific engine a certified gold mine is its dual injection setup, combining both direct and port injection. This completely eliminates the massive carbon buildup issues that plague almost every modern European luxury car on the market. There are no delicate turbochargers to overheat, no overcomplicated plastic timing chain guides, and no engineered failure points. It is a highly tuned sports engine built to run flawlessly for hundreds of thousands of miles on nothing but basic scheduled fluid changes. Lexus completely redesigned the chassis for this generation to be exceptionally rigid, meaning the GS 350 handles like a genuine driver's car. Step up to the F-Sport trim, and you get an adaptive variable suspension system that tightens up body roll instantly through sharp corners. Yet, inside, it remains an absolute luxury sanctuary. The build quality inside this cabin is microscopic perfection. You are wrapped in deep, high-end leather, premium sound insulation that deadens all road noise, and an infotainment system that gives you premium executive comfort. While a 2013 BMW cabin will start rattling and peeling its cheap, soft-touch plastics, the Lexus interior stays tight, solid, and pristine. It looks expensive, feels incredibly premium, and drives with a level of mechanical precision that puts fragile modern platforms to absolute shame. The 2013 Lexus GS 350 gives you the perfect sweet spot of aggressive rear-wheel drive sport dynamics, executive luxury presence, and a level of unkillable Japanese reliability that makes it a true used market masterpiece. But what if a sports sedan isn't rugged enough for your lifestyle? What if you need something that can climb a literal mountain, haul an entire family in absolute comfort, and still feature a bulletproof V8 powertrain built to survive a literal apocalypse? For that, we have to look at car number 3 on our list. Let's move on to the Lexus GX 460. Moving on to car number 3 on our list of indestructible luxury gold mines, the 2014 Lexus GX 460. If you buy a modern luxury SUV like a Range Rover Sport or a Mercedes GLE, you are playing Russian roulette with your bank account. Air suspension systems that collapse, complex twin-turbo electronics that short out, and plastic engine bays that warp under heat will turn those vehicles into paperweights within 10 years. But what if you could buy a luxury fortress that can climb a literal mountain, haul an entire family in absolute comfort, and feature a heavy-duty mechanical layout designed to survive the harshest environments on Earth? That is exactly what the Lexus GX 460 offers. It is a bulletproof luxury tank hidden in plain sight. The secret to the GX 460's legendary status lies under its skin. This isn't a fragile unibody crossover built on a car platform. It is constructed using a heavy-duty, steel body-on-frame chassis shared with the global Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, a vehicle trusted by emergency forces and explorers worldwide. Powering this machine is a naturally aspirated 4.6-liter V8 engine, generating 301 horsepower and 329 pound-feet of torque. This engine doesn't rely on high-stress turbochargers or fragile hybrid batteries. It is a pure, under-stressed, low-compression mechanical masterpiece. Combined with a full-time four-wheel drive system and a true torsion locking center differential, the mechanical components are built so incredibly tough that they simply refuse to wear out. It runs beautifully on standard fuel, ignores extreme weather conditions, and routinely passes 300,000 miles with nothing but basic oil changes. Step inside, and you are completely insulated from the harsh outside world. The GX 460 wraps you in true old-school Lexus craftsmanship. The leather is thick and durable, the cabin insulation keeps the highway whisper quiet, and the build quality feels like it was carved out of a solid block of granite. Every window motor, seat heater, and electronic module is heavily over-engineered to prevent failures. You get a commanding view of the road, 3 rows of seats for the family, and a luxury cabin that doesn't rattle or degrade over time. While a 10-year-old European SUV will feel loose and suffer from thousands of dollars in air suspension failures, the GX 460 uses a reliable kinetic dynamic suspension system that keeps it perfectly flat on pavement and ultra-capable off-road without using fragile airbags. The 2014 Lexus GX 460 is the ultimate smart money purchase for anyone who wants high-end SUV luxury, genuine off-road capability, and a vehicle that will literally outlive almost everything else on the road. It is an unkillable investment. But what if you don't need a giant V8 off-road tank? What if your goal is the absolute smoothest, most comfortable highway commuter sedan ever engineered? One that sips fuel but still offers elite executive comfort without ever breaking a sweat? For that, we have to look at car number 4. Let's move on to the Lexus ES 350. If your daily routine involves a long highway commute, buying the wrong car is a massive financial trap. Most people run out and buy a fragile German sedan, only to get hit with high oil consumption and brutal repair bills. If you want a rolling lounge that glides down the interstate like a private jet and simply refuses to die, you buy a Lexus ES 350. Under the hood sits a front-wheel drive version of Toyota's legendary 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6. With no high-stress turbochargers cooking the oil and no complex all-wheel drive systems adding weight, this powertrain routinely clocks 500,000 miles. Plus, it runs perfectly on regular-grade fuel, keeping your running costs incredibly low. Inside, it's an absolute sensory deprivation chamber. Rolls-Royce quiet on a commuter budget. It turns a stressful daily drive into total relaxation, making it a true reliability goldmine. But if you want this exact same bulletproof V6 DNA wrapped in a sharp, head-turning sports coupe, you need to see car number 5. Let's look at the Lexus RC 350. Moving on to car number 5 on our list of indestructible luxury gold mines, the 2015 Lexus RC 350. When people buy a two-door premium coupe, they almost always look at options like the BMW 4 Series or the Audi A5. They want that sleek, aggressive look that says they care about driving. But what they don't realize is that those European coupes are packed with overly complicated plastic cooling systems and fragile sensors that turn minor oil leaks into four-figure nightmares. If you want a striking, low-slung luxury coupe that looks incredibly expensive, handles beautifully, and can be driven hard every single day without ever triggering a check engine light, the RC 350 is the ultimate enthusiast cheat code. The heart and soul of the RC 350 is the exact same engine that made our sports sedan entry a legend, the 3.5-liter naturally aspirated 2GR FSE V6. Pushing out 306 horsepower, it delivers a pure, old-school linear power band that loves to climb all the way to its 6,600 revolutions per minute redline. Because there are no turbochargers creating extreme heat under the hood, the engine oil stays clean, and the seals don't dry out and warp over time. It sends all that raw power to the rear wheels through a rock-solid, lightning-fast 8-speed automatic transmission. This means you get a genuine sports car driving experience with instantaneous throttle response and a deep exhaust note wrapped in a mechanical package so robust it is virtually immune to typical modern engine failures. Lexus built the RC chassis using a brilliant hybrid design, combining parts of their most rigid engineering platforms to ensure incredible handling and safety. Step into the F-Sport trim, and you get an upgraded, aggressive body kit, 19-inch split-spoke wheels, and a sport suspension tuned to carve up corners with zero body roll. Inside, it feels less like a commuter car and more like a high-end luxury cockpit. The deeply bolstered bucket seats hug you perfectly. The materials feel heavy and solid, and everything from the steering wheel to the dashboard trim is designed to look brand new even after a decade of hard use. It provides the perfect blend of exotic sports styling and elite Japanese comfort, giving you a premium presence that completely outlasts the fragile luxury competition. The 2015 Lexus RC 350 gives you the head-turning look of an expensive luxury coupe with a bulletproof, naturally aspirated powertrain that turns it into a stress-free daily driver. It is an absolute styling and reliability goldmine. But what if you want to take this exact concept to its absolute limit? What if you want a car that looks like a literal multi-million-dollar concept machine, packs a screaming, old-school 5.0-liter V8 engine, and still refuses to ever break down? For that, we have to look at car number 6. Let's move on to the modern masterpiece, the Lexus LC 500. Moving on to car number 6 on our list of indestructible luxury gold mines. And this one is the absolute showstopper, the 2018 Lexus LC 500. Let's be completely honest with ourselves. Every single car enthusiast has looked at the used exotic car market and felt tempted. You see a 10-year-old Aston Martin, a used Maserati, or an early Audi R8 dropping down to a price that looks affordable. But anyone who pulls that trigger quickly realizes they just bought a ticking financial time bomb. The dual-clutch transmissions overheat, the complex hand-built electronics glitch out, and a basic brake job can easily cost more than a used hatchback. But what if you could drive something that looks like an absolute multi-million-dollar concept machine straight out of the future, packs a screaming, old-school V8 engine, and is built on a production line so heavily regulated for quality control that it possesses the exact same reliability as a standard Toyota Corolla? That is the literal reality of the Lexus LC 500. The absolute soul of this vehicle lies in its magnificent, old-school powertrain. While every modern supercar manufacturer has moved to smaller displacement engines stuffed with fragile twin turbochargers and overly complex hybrid battery packs, Lexus decided to create a purist masterpiece. Under the hood sits the legendary 5.0-liter naturally aspirated 2UR GS EV8 engine, generating a massive 471 horsepower and 398 pound-feet of torque. This engine family was developed in partnership with Yamaha's high-performance racing division, featuring lightweight titanium valves and high-flow cylinder heads. It sends that raw, unadulterated power to the rear wheels via an incredibly advanced 10-speed direct-shift automatic transmission that changes gears with crisp, bolt-action precision. Because there are no turbochargers creating extreme heat cycles inside the engine bay, the seals don't degrade, the oil lines don't leak, and the engine remains perfectly understressed. You can take this car to a racetrack, redline it all afternoon, and then drive it cross-country without a single mechanical worry. Step inside the cabin, and you quickly realize why the LC500 won international awards for its interior design. This isn't mass-produced plastic. This is master-level Japanese Takumi craftsmanship. Every square inch of the interior is wrapped in thick, hand-stitched premium leather and high-end Alcantara. The driving position is engineered perfectly low to the ground, placing the car's center of gravity right at the driver's hip point. The structural rigidity of this chassis is actually higher than the legendary Lexus LFA carbon fiber supercar, meaning there are absolutely zero interior squeaks, rattles, or loose panels, even after years of driving over rough pavement. Every window regulator, climate control sensor, and electronic module inside this spaceship cabin is built to Toyota's most extreme tier of component testing. While a European exotic will spend half its life sitting in a specialized dealership garage waiting for back-ordered electrical parts from Europe, you can daily drive the LC500 to work every single morning with total, unbothered peace of mind. The 2018 Lexus LC500 is the ultimate luxury cheat code for the elite enthusiast. It gives you true, head-turning supercar presence and an intoxicating V8 exhaust note with a bulletproof mechanical layout that makes it a lifelong investment. But if an exotic grand tourer is out of your current budget and you want that exact same unkillable Lexus DNA wrapped in a practical, aggressive, and highly daily drivable compact sports sedan, you need to see our final vehicle. Let's move on to car number 7, the Lexus IS 350. We have finally reached the last car on our list of indestructible luxury goldmines, and this is the ultimate daily driver for the true enthusiast, the 2014 Lexus IS 350. Let's look at the reality of the entry-level premium market. When people graduate, get a promotion, or finally save up enough money to buy their first proper sports sedan, they almost always head straight to the European market. They buy a used BMW 3 Series, a Mercedes C-Class, or an Audi A4. They want that sharp, aggressive, youthful look that tells the world they love driving. But within 12 months, reality hits hard. Oil filter housing leaks, blown plastic charge pipes, failing high-pressure fuel pumps, and endless electrical gremlins turn their dream car into a permanent financial drain. If you want that exact same razor-sharp handling, incredibly aggressive exterior styling, and a premium cabin without a single ounce of mechanical drama, the Lexus IS 350 is the absolute undisputed king of the segment. Rates the IS 350 from its fragile European competitors is the legendary, over-engineered masterpiece sitting under the hood, the 3.5-liter naturally aspirated 2GR FSE V6 engine. Pushing out 306 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque completely stock, this power plant is an absolute fortress of reliability. Because it does not rely on high-stress turbochargers to make its power, the engine bay temperatures stay perfectly regulated, preserving the life of every single gasket, hose, and wiring harness. Even better, the IS 350 utilizes a brilliant dual injection system that combines both direct and port fuel injection. This completely eliminates the severe carbon buildup issues on the intake valves that plague almost every modern European sports sedan on Earth. It sends that power to the rear wheels through a lightning-fast 8-speed sport direct-shift automatic transmission derived straight from the high-performance Lexus ISF. It is a powertrain built to be redlined every single day while easily sailing past 300,000 miles on regular scheduled fluid changes alone. Lexus didn't just build this car to be a reliable commuter. They engineered this generation of the IS with an incredibly rigid chassis to deliver genuine, high-tier driver dynamics. When you find one with the highly desirable F-Sport package, you get an upgraded sport-tuned adaptive variable suspension that tightens up body roll instantly through tight corners, variable gear ratio steering, and massive high-performance brakes. Step inside the cabin, and it feels like a high-end fighter jet cockpit. The driving position is perfectly low, the center console wraps around you, and the motorized digital instrument cluster. Inspired directly by the legendary Lexus LFA supercar, literally moves physically across the dashboard when you change menus. While a 10-year-old BMW interior will start peeling its cheap plastics and rattling over every bump, the build quality inside the IS 350 remains completely tight, rattle-free, and pristine. It looks incredibly expensive, handles beautifully, and gives you an elite premium presence that simply refuses to wear down over time. The 2014 Lexus IS 350 is the perfect exclamation point on this list. It proves that you do not have to compromise. You can have the aggressive sports car looks, the premium luxury badge, and the thrilling rear-wheel drive dynamics without having to become best friends with your local mechanic. From flagship executive cruisers like the LS 460 to full-size off-road tanks like the GX 460 and jaw-dropping exotics like the LC 500, the used Lexus market is the ultimate smart money cheat code. Stop burning your hard-earned money on fragile, overhyped, and unreliable platforms. Buy the engineering truth. Buy the value. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment below letting me know which of these unkillable gold mines you would park in your garage, and we will see you in the next video.